I can't believe it, man. We are doing a part 3 to this entire conversation between former Canucks, Kraken, Devils, Red Wings, Capitals, Ducks, Penguins, forward. We're talking about Daniel Sprong again, because man oh man, things are getting even weirder with him, and excuse the language, I'm starting to think that this guy might just be like, I don't know, Satan? Today, we're diving into Sprong because he is no longer with his CSKA Moscow team. He ended up moving over to Avtomobilist Yekaterinburg. And we need to dive into why exactly that happened. You see, the past few videos we have made about Daniel Sprong had gone over the profile, what this guy was in the NHL, the prospect profile that he had possessed. He was very good, very speedy, offensively talented. He could score points, he could score goals. Take a look at what he had done with the Detroit Red Wings, 43 points in 76 games. Look at his Seattle Kraken stint the year before, 46 points in 66 games. This was a player who demonstrated a genuine ability to score goals at the National Hockey League. It's why the Red Wings took him on. It's why the Vancouver Canucks waited a little bit in the free agency pool of 2024 and then signed the guy, thinking that he would be a good addition to their team that had just made the playoffs. Now, unfortunately, Daniel Sprong didn't last with Vancouver. He only had 9 games, 3 points. He actually scored the very first goal of the Canucks season in 24-25. But he got traded to Seattle for future considerations before getting sent down to the AHL. He then found himself on the Devils to end off last year. This entire profile has been rinsed and repeated over and over again because Daniel Sprong is a talented offensive player who just doesn't do anything when he doesn't have the puck. He does not spend any seconds in his own zone. He is a defensive liability. When he doesn't have the puck, he doesn't play the right way. And when you give him the puck, he'll turn on the jets. He'll speed by a guy. He'll do some pretty good work. He'll make things happen and he'll score some points. But you could understand why this guy went from the Penguins to the Ducks to the Capitals to the Kraken to the Red Wings to the Canucks to the Kraken to the Devils, and now he's in the KHL. Last time, we spoke about how the guy was CSKA Moscow's top scoring player, despite the fact that he missed out on so many games, healthy scratched for weeks. Even if you go to CSKA Moscow right now, Sprong still leads the team in points, but he's done so in 20 fewer games than all the other guys who have gone out there and scored for this Moscow team. Rumors were that the team was just very unhappy with the way Daniel Sprong was conducting himself, either on or off the ice, but it was very bizarre for a team like CSKA to genuinely hold back their most talented player. The guy who literally leads the team in production, have him sit for weeks and not provide any reasonable explanation why. Like, you thought KHL teams were weird about rookies and not giving them the time of day to develop and get their points up? What about the guys that are actually signed on to help them win? Like Daniel Sprong. We had already spoken about this over in the past few videos, but when Daniel Sprong got traded to Avtomobilist Yekaterinburg, this is where we dive into what it was actually for. You see, it was 2 weeks ago, CSKA traded Sprong to Avtomobilist for cash compensation. The 28-year-old Sprong had played 29 games for CSKA Moscow, and he had scored 31 points. He also had other news. Amur had signed 19-year-old forward Andrei Krutov on loan from Torpedo. That's not really relevant here. But now, you look at Daniel Sprong, he has got 4 points in 5 Avtomobilist Yekaterinburg games. That's not bad. Like, it is near a point-per-game pace, and there are very few point-per-game players on this team. There's only 2, really. Reed Boucher, whom we're not going to speak about, and Stefan DaCosta. Add Daniel Sprong to that list, and you have the makeup of Avtomobilist Yekaterinburg in 2025-2026. But this is where we dive into the problems one more time. Because you had a quote from Avtomobilist Yekaterinburg's head coach about the new acquisition. He said, "Daniel Sprong needs to understand the team's philosophy. Not we, understanding his philosophy. My goodness, what in the world did this guy do to piss off his brand new KHL team after 5 games? The coach, unprompted, going out there and talking in the media like, hey, this guy needs to listen to us. We don't need to listen to you. Like, oh boy, there were always issues with him in the NHL, weren't there? That's why the guy kept on moving around. Talented, productive, sure, he had all those boxes checked, but he just could not get along with people. And now it's like, oh, he's in the KHL, a league where they, I'm not gonna say like fully, but generally speaking, they have a lot of eased up perspectives on guys that do bad things. I think that's a very diplomatic way of saying it. I mean, hey, Reed Boucher is the top scorer on this team after all, right? For a team like that, who employs Reed Boucher to go out there and straight up be like, for Sprong, yeah, no, that guy's gotta listen to us. We shouldn't be listening to him. It spells so much disagreement behind the scenes that I get curious as to what exactly is going on. I mean, this is a shot in the dark, but if there are any Russian hockey fans who pay attention to Avtomobilist Yekaterinburg or CSKA Moscow, or who pay attention to the KHL beat and just understand the dynamics of what's going on here, I would appreciate an explanation. Anybody, feel free to go out there, let me know in the comment section of this video, send me a DM on Twitter, reply to the videos, tweet, whatever. What the hell's going on with Daniel Sprong in Russia? What's this guy doing? He's not going over there trying to tell Russian hockey teams how to play hockey, is he? Because if that's the case, then, I don't really know if that's actually an idea that's worth thinking about. Here's a tweet by Daniel Amoia, who went out there and posted about Daniel Sprong. He said, as far as I know, Sheldon Keefe was the only coach to ever get Daniel Sprong to commit to playing defense. This is what Sprong said at exit interviews last season. It was funny. We had a practice day and we did a drill that we were supposed to cheat in, and I wasn't cheating. We had to restart the drill 3 times. And Keefe looked at me and went, aren't you supposed to be known for cheating? I'm like, you changed me. And top reply says, we brought him in to generate some goals, and he decides to play defense for the first time ever? What the hell's going on with this dude? Daniel Sprong is such an interesting story to pay attention to, and at this point I think it's very difficult to analyze why exactly everything has worked out this way. Ultimately, if anybody has the scoop, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What's going on with this guy? How is his KHL season going? I have no doubt that if he actually was playing games, he would be near the top of the league in points. He's too talented not to. Honestly, he was talented enough to be an NHL player. It's just, he didn't really have the sauce everywhere else in his game. So, for Daniel Sprong's sake, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What's going on with this guy, and how are things playing out in Russia? Let me know in the comments all your opinions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sign on, and bye.